Steve here from Shore Cyclery, and we're going to talk about quick release wheels for a little bit. Quick release wheels allow you to take the wheel off the bike without tools, but if the wheel's not put back on the bike tightly, serious injury could result. So it's pretty serious that you know how these work if you have these on your bike. The quick release consists of a couple different things. The quick release skewer slides through the axle of the bike, and basically you have the skewer, you have two little springs, and then you have this nut that goes on the end of the skewer. The springs go big side toward the outsides, and if you put these on backwards, the whole thing can kind of get jammed up. One goes on one side, it slides through the axle like so, and the other one goes on the other side, and then the end cap nut goes, just threads onto that. If you have this come off on you and those springs go flying and they like to jump and run away from you, don't fret, because you can put it back on just fine without those springs. So here we have a bike, nice road bike with a quick release on it, and before you ride any bike, you should always check to make sure that the quick release skewers on the bike are tight, because who knows who touched this bike before you got there, right? So first thing you do is just give it a little tug and make sure that it's tight. If it flips open real easily, then you got to make sure you tighten it. The way these guys work is this is like a cam lever. So this is open, this is closed, and the way you adjust the tension on that is by turning this skewer end cap nut. So as a for instance, see how easy that closes? You can see that that wheel's not in tight. And if it were to flip open like that, it could even eventually pop off while you're riding, which is not good. If you want to take the wheels on and off a bike like this, there's a couple things you need to do. But first of all, when you go to adjust the tension, you want to adjust this such that it engages on a lot of these about halfway, making sure that the wheel's all the way in the fork dropouts, and it should close tightly. You want to close these guys either up along the fork or backwards. You don't want to close them forward, or if they catch on something they can kind of flip open. So let's say you want to take the wheels off your bike, say to put it in a car, or you get a flat tire, or you just want to clean your bike. A lot of times you need to release the brake so that the tire can come past the brake pads, and there are a couple different styles of these, and I'll show them to you in a couple minutes here, but first let's show you how this road bike one works. If you flip this lever up here, you can see that the pads retract back from the rim so that you can get the tire past the brake pads there. You would flip your quick release lever open like so, and on a lot of bikes it's not going to come off right away because there's some safety tabs underneath here just in case it does flip open. So what you need to do is loosen this guy, this nut on the end here, while you're holding the lever, because it goes all the way through. A couple turns until it can come right out of the fork. Now when you go to put it back on, typically the quick release lever is on the non-drive side of the bike, or the left side of the bike if you were to be sitting on it. You want to slide it up into the fork dropouts like so. And again, since we loosened that end, it's not going to close tightly yet. You got to tighten this up. Tighten that up until, again, it's engaging about halfway. Make sure that's all the way in the fork dropouts, and it closes tightly. Now we'll talk about a couple other styles of bikes that have a different brake release and work slightly differently.